Professor Arun Vinod. A small introduction about him. He's a self-dedicated and innovative professional with 13 years of teaching experience and 3 years in industry. And he has completed several courses in RPA related to RPA. He is technically proficient in UiPath and several other tools in web designing, web crawling tools, and tools. And also he has guided several projects under Arduino, image processing, microprocessor, and several different areas. So he has published several journals in international journals and national journals. So his profile goes on like this. He has a professional experience in industry, working as an RPA developer for about 3 years. That's all for now. We can start the session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Let us start. I hope all the participants have come back. So, so we can start. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. So, till now, what you have studied is that about how to create a variables, how to do the manipulations using that variables, right? And how to handle different variables in a single window, right? All these things we have discussed till now. And also, Sri sir was handled about control statements like if, for each, and while and do while, all these things, right? So now let us move on to a little advanced level of UiPath. It's very important actually. The reason is that when you are using recording, right? In the yesterday's class, right, we discussed about mimicking human actions, right? The same thing which we are going to do now, right? So we will be doing some recording with the help of UiPath in the desktop or say browser, whatever, right? So we'll simply record it and we'll play it. That's it. Maybe you know about cassette, right? In the cassette, right? What you will do is that you will simply record a song and you will play it, no? Simply like that. But you have to do the changes based on our requirement. Once you recorded it, then you have to do the changes, right? So such kind of things we'll be doing. That is very important. This will be very useful for both IT as well as non-IT professionals, right? So for both the people, right, they will be able to use it because it is very useful and very important. Fine. And then we'll be discussing about screen scrapping and how to scrap text, right? Scrap in the sense extract, okay? How to extract the text in a screen. That is what is called as a screen scrapping. We'll discuss that in detail. And then we'll be discussing about computer vision recording. So with the help of an image, right, how to extract the text inside an image, right? So that also we'll discuss that. And then after that, we'll discuss about project organization. See, we have created so many sequences, we have created so many flowcharts, right? And we saved it, right, in the project folder, right? You will be having a bunch of files. So we should not use like that. We should not use like that. We have to follow some rules, right? When you are implementing, when you are doing a project. So how to organize a project? That is what we'll be discussing this. So what I'm planning is that I'll try to complete the first 3 topics. If not possible, regarding the 4th topic, I'll discuss that in the tomorrow's class, because tomorrow's all the 3 sessions will be handled by me, right? So we'll switch that project organization to tomorrow, right? So for the time being, today we'll be discussing the 3 things: recording, screen scrapping, and computer vision recording, right? Fine. So let us move on to the topics, right? So in recording, you have 4 types of recording. Actually, it is 3 types. Computer vision recordings, actually, they have introduced last year only, last year around December or March, I think, I forgot. Right? They have introduced that. It is little artificial intelligence technologies, right? They have introduced into that particular activity, and using that you can able to record things, right? So actually, the recording is categorized into 3 parts: desktop recording, basic recording, and web recording, right? We'll see one by one that. And what I'm going to do is that I will explain you first the theoretical part, because without understanding the theoretical part, it's difficult to do the practical session. It's a lab session, right? So what I will do is that I will give you the theoretical part first. I'll explain the details. Once this hands-on session slide comes, right, you can start doing it. Until that, please don't do anything in the UI part. Please listen, right? So start with the first one, basic recording. Before that, first, what is a recording? As I already told, recording means it is capturing the user's action on the screen, right? Whatever there in the screen, right, you can simply record it based on the action done by the user, right? You can easily record it, and then you can convert that into sequences. Right, so the sequences is activity we discussed in the last session, right? The sequences will be automatically generated. Inside the sequences, each and every actions will be automatically converted into activity. Okay, so this is what recording. So recording, you are not going to do anything. You're simply recording all the actions. That actions will be converted into sequences. So inside that sequences, what we'll be having is that list of activities. That's it. Right, and then once it is created, you can simply go and replay it. So that is what is called as a recording, right? So the next point here is that the recorded projects can be then modified as per the user need. So what I'm trying to say is that simply you cannot record and you cannot play it. You have to modify as per the requirements, because the situation will be different, right? The situation which you are recording, right, it will be different. So you have to generalize it. Right, you have to generalize it so that the project will be successfully working. So the recorded project can be then modified as per the user's need, right? And the third thing is that's what I told you. You can replay and reuse them as many times as the user wants. You can replay it as many times you can do it. Right. So where you can able to see the recording. So in the home screen, right, you can able to see a icon called recording, is it right? A record button is there, a recording is there. So there, when you are hovering that, right, you can able to see the list of recordings: basic, desktop, web, image, native, Citrix. And one more recording is there, computer vision recording. Okay, I'll tell you that in detail. Why I haven't included that image recording and native recording, right? I will tell you that why I haven't recorded, right? And why I haven't mentioned that. Right? So first, you start with the basic recording, right? So before going into the basic recording, you can see these 3 panes, right? This is the window of basic recording, and this is the window of desktop recording, and this is the window of web recording, right? So when you are seeing this, there is a line, right? There is a line here. So the left-hand side of this particular line is recordable activity. The right-hand side of the line, right, it is a non-recordable activity. Okay, it means that with help of a recordable activity, you can record the actions. You can record the actions. Say, for example, you are recording a particular desktop application. For example, say Notepad. So you can do some recording in that. But if you want to start the application, if you want to open the Notepad application, so what you have to do, you have to go for this non-recordable actions, that is start app. This is called as a start app, right? So that is why they have divided the whole window into 2 parts. So it is recordable and non-recordable, right? So like this, for basic recording, it is also available for desktop recording, non-recordable and recordable. Okay. And another thing is web recording, right? Here also you can able to see non-recordable and recordable. So I think you can understand the difference between recordable actions and non-recordable actions. Right. In the previous slide, I have mentioned about one point, that is the second point. The recorded projects can be modified as per the user needs. This is what the modification. Based on the user needs, we can able to modify it with the help of these actions. Right. Fine. So these are the details regarding recording. Okay. So now let us move on to the next slide. That is, as I already told, automatically record multiple actions performed on the screen. So with the help of this recording option, recordable option, right, you can able to record multiple actions performed on the screen. And in the non-recordable actions, right, what you can do is that you can do starting and closing of an application. You can start a web browser or you can close the web browser, right? And click an interface element. This is a clicking an interface element, right? And you can select an option from a drop-down list. Let us see one by one. Don't worry, right? Let us see one by one in detail. And there is a difference between basic recording and desktop because both the recording works similarly, right? But performance-wise, desktop recording is good actually. When you are selecting desktop recording, it will performing good, but the working of both the recordings, right? It is different. That is the I mean, it is exactly same, but there is a slight difference. So I will tell you what are the differences between basic recording and desktop recording while discussing the hands-on. Once completed the hands-on, I will come back to this slide and I will tell you what is the difference, right? Let us start with the hands-on. Okay. So now I request all of you to open the what is that UiPath software, right? So once you open the tool, in the top you can able to see recording, right? So please click that. You can able to see list of recordings available. So you can able to see basic, you can able to see desktop, you can able to see web, you can able to see image, native Citrix, and computer vision. So these many recordings are there, right? So before starting that, what you have to do is that please open with the sequence, right? Just click the sequence and name it as any name you can give. I am giving it as demo basic recording. So now I have created a sequence. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the basic recording. So before going to do that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to let me say open a Notepad application. Right. I'm going to open a Notepad application. Right. So let me do one thing. I set it to I'll set it to Arial Unicode MS. The font I'm setting it to Arial Unicode MS, right? And the size I'm setting it to 22. The size I'm setting it to 22, right? And then I'm going to click OK, right? Fine. So this is the initial setup of the Notepad. Please listen carefully. Why I'm doing all these things, right? When you are doing the recording, you should be clear about what is the initial step and what is the final step in the desktop application. So Notepad is a desktop application, is that right? Notepad is a desktop application, right? So now you should be very clear about what is the initial setup. So initial setup is, okay, I have a Notepad which is having a file name as Arun. And in the format and in the font, what you are having is that Arial Unicode is the font name, and the font style is, font size is 22. Is that right? So then I am clicking OK. So this is the initial setup of what is that? Your Notepad. So now I'm going to do the recording. Okay. Let me do the recording. So click recording. Click basic. Right. Once you click the basic option, you can able to see a window like this, basic recording, which I shown in the PPT, right? The same thing it is showing here. So there are two parts, as I mentioned. This is recordable and this is non-recordable. Okay. So now, as an initial step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the record option, right? So I'm clicking the record option. I'm going to click in this window. Immediately it will ask for this one, that is type the desired value. Type the desired value, right? And also you can able to see two options here. That is type password, type empty field. So what do you mean by type password? Type password means If you want to type any password inside that particular application, you can type it, right? So, but in this case, we are going to type only the text. So leave it as it is. Don't do anything. But you can have empty field. The problem is that sometimes Notepad will be having some already text available, right? So what you can do is that in the text box, as a first step, you have to empty the content, right? So if you select this option, the content will be automatically be empty, right? Fine. So now, then what you have to do is that the text you are going to enter into the Notepad, right? I'm going to type it as say, uh, welcome to, right, AICTE FTP. Fine. Once you type the text, please enter. Please press enter. So now you can able to see, right, the text is automatically entered. Okay. So now press escape. Press escape. Press escape key, right? When you press escape key, automatically it will show this particular what is that window, right? So there you can able to see save and exit icon. It is enabled. Previously it was disabled, right? What do you mean by that? It is enabled because you have done some actions, right? You have done some actions. So let me click the save and exit. Fine. See, the recording is automatically created. See, a sequence is generated as basic, and there inside that an activity is automatically generated. It is type into activity. If you want to check, you can check it in this activity pane. Type into. See, you can able to see a activity called type into. The same activity is here. This is automatically generated. I haven't do anything. Simply I recorded and then save and exit. So I'm able to get this particular thing. So if I want to run it once again, let me run it once again. So what happens? Let us see what happens. So here already a text is there, and let me change the text. Let me change the text. Hi, welcome you all. Right? Some text. I have changed the text. Right? So let me save it, and again I'm going to run it. It won't work because, one second. Okay, fine. Now it is working fine, right? I welcome you all is working fine. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this, right? I'm going to open a new notepad. I'm going to open a new notepad. Say, let me do one thing. I'm going to open a new notepad. Say it is having some other name. Say, for example, Vinod. Right? This is the notepad. So I'm opening this. So now I'm going to execute this particular recording. Right? So debug and then run. It won't work. Let us see what is the problem in that. It will throw an error, right? So please patiently wait. What is the error it is showing? Let us see that, and then we'll discuss how to solve that particular error. Fine. See, error is displayed. The thing is that message could not find UI element corresponding to this selector. Right? Could not find the UI element. Right? Could not find the UI element. This is what the error is showing. Is it right? So what is that UI element? Right? We have to see that, right? First. And inside that, yes, sir.
Sir, it worked in my case. I closed the notepad and I ran it again and it did work.
Yes, but the problem is that the notepad is having a different file name. You please open another notepad with a different file name. It won't work.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that is the point I want to tell you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So now here you can able to see, right, the error is displayed. What it is showing in the selector, right? In the selector, title is equal to star Arun. Is it right? Arun is there. But the file name which I created is that Vinod. Is that right? So there is a conflict. There is a conflict. So our program or our project should work for any notepad, right? That is what our that is what a good project is, right? So it should be generalized. It has to work for any notepad. So what I have to do for that, right? Let us see. So close this or just click OK, no issues. So when you see this, right, you can able to see there is a 3 lines. There is a 3 lines, is it right? So just click this 3 line. You can able to see edit selector. Edit selector. Fine. So now you can able to see some code inside this, right? Some code that is it is having some attributes, some values. All these things are there, right? So I'll tell you what is that. Let me make it too general so that it is easy for to understand everybody, right? So what I told is that the notepad is having the file name as Vinod. Here the notepad is having the file name as Arun, is it right? So there is a conflict. There is a conflict. The name of the file name is different here. So to make it same, or in other words, to make it work it for any notepad file, right? What we have to do? So in this title, right? This title attribute, you have to change this to star. You have to change this to star. So what do you mean by star? Star is called as a wildcard, right? It's called as a wildcard. So the code you are seeing here is right. It is called as the selector. This is called as, so selector means what? You are going to select a particular element, right? So this is the element. Which element? This is the element. This is the text area, right? You are going to select this particular element. So for this, what you have to do is that you have to give a correct selector. Okay. So the previously what it was Arun, right? Now what I changed it was changed to star. Star means what? Star means it is a wildcard. Why I am giving wildcard? To select any file of Notepad. To select any file of Notepad, then it will work perfectly. So how to check whether it is working or not? I have to validate it. Now it is showing as yellow color, right? Previously it was red color, right? Now I have to show it as it is showing as yellow color. So let us click it once. See, it is changed to green color, right? It is changed to green color. It means that the selector which I am selecting here is correct. Again, how to validate it, right? You can click this highlight button. I am clicking this highlight button. See, you can able to see that it is properly selecting it. Let me click once again. I'm clicking this. See, you can able to see the highlight button, right? So now what happens? I have changed the file name to star. It means that it will work for any notepad file, right? I'm going to click OK, right? Let me save it. Okay. So now I'm going to run this with the help of the file name Vinod, right? Let me run it. Yes, it is working. Let me take another what is that? Another notepad file. So to check whether it is working for any notepad, right? So I'm going to take text, new text document, make it as say AV. Okay. So this is the text document. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run the same file, right? Run it. Working. So no issues, right? So this is how we have to do all the changes, right? When you record anything, you can record it, no issues. But if you want to play it any times, any number of times, so what you have to do is you have to do some editing. You have to do some small editing work. That is, you have to make it general so that it has to work for any files, right? So now, whatever you have done till now, right? Please try it and tell me whether you are able to do it or not. Slowly, we will progress to the advanced level, right? This is just initial basic level. Slowly, we'll move on to the advanced level. So how many of you have tried it? Is it working? First, are you able to understand this? Any problem is there? I'll repeat it, no issues.
It worked, sir.
It worked. Excellent, sir. Thank you.
Sir, kindly repeat once, sir, because we are not from the background.
Okay, no issues, no issues. I'll repeat once.
It's a little bit fast. We are not able to map the speed. Sorry.
Okay, no issues, no issues. I'll repeat it, no issues. Fine. Okay, so I'll repeat everything once again, right? Let me delete everything. I have deleted everything, right? And let me delete all the files which I already created so that you won't get confused. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to create a new file. So the file name is Arun. Okay. A notepad file name, it is Arun. Right? Fine. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click the basic recording. Right? Click the basic recording. Right? Now you can able to see a window which is showing it as basic recording. So in this basic recording, there are two types, right? The first thing is recordable one. The next one is non-recordable one. We are going to test only the recordable one. So I'm going to click this button, record. I'm going to click this button, record. Okay. Once I click the button, it will automatically shows that it is highlighting some area, is it right? If I go somewhere, it is highlighting some other area. So I need this particular area, is it right? The notepad area, right? So I am clicking this area. Let me click this. Once I click this, I will be getting a small window like this. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to type some text. Right. Before that, I'm going to select an empty field. I'm going to select the empty field, and then I'm going to type the text. Right. So let me write a different text. This is Arun. Once I type the text, what I have to do is I have to press enter. Right? Fine. So now press escape key. Now you can able to see the save and exit button is highlighting. I mean, it is enabled, right? So let me click that. That's it. So please do up to this. Go to recording, click the basic, right? In the basic, what you have to do is that click the record, click the area inside the notepad, click it. Once you click it, right, you can able to see a window like this. There you can type some text, right? And also you have to click empty field. Once you completed everything, right, you have to press enter. You have to press enter. Okay. Are you able to follow, man? What about others? Anybody is trying? Or shall I move to the next one?
Sir, I'm trying, but the screen is moving so fast. The cursor is not at that position, so a little bit it's taking time. That's it.
Okay, no problem. What about others? Anybody else tried it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
It is working.
Okay, thank you. So now, once that is done, what I told is that I have to go to the edit selector. So in that, what I have to do is that in the title attribute, what I have to do, I have to convert that Arun into star. It means that it has to work for any file, any notepad file. Right? So what do you mean by this? This is a selector. So this selector is for what element? The notepad element. Right? The selector is automatically generated. I haven't done anything. When I'm recording this, the selector will be automatically generated. Once that is generated, right, you have to edit this particular part. That means the selector should be common to all the files. Okay. So once that is done, I have to validate it. Right. Once that is done, click the highlight. Right. So it is properly locating the particular text area. Right. And then click OK. So once this particular process has been done, so what you can do is that you can directly execute it. So it will work. That's it. Okay. Arnav Vinodini, madam.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you please share the PPT and text? I mean the exercise which I gave to you. Can share it to the WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I asked the coordinator to share a file. 2 files will be shared. One is the PPT of it, and another one is step-by-step file. Let me show you that. So this is the file I have shared with you. Now I think you'll be getting it in the WhatsApp, right? So this is the steps we have to do. So whatever thing I have mentioned it, right? I have clearly screenshotted it and made it. Okay. So you can try it in the evening. Don't try it now. Please try it in the evening. Right. If any doubts, you can check it out. See all the steps I have created, and then I have shown it. Okay. So don't worry. If you are not able to follow, you can refer this file. Okay. So now the next step we have to see. This is the basic one. This is a basic thing I have done. So now what I have to do is that I have to go to the next level. So let me try to capture few more options. Like say, I'm going to click the format. I'm going to click the font, right? Once I click the font, I have to change the font to a different font style or font style. Yeah, font name. And then I'm going to extract. I'm going to not extract. I'm going to increase the size of the font, right? And then I'm going to click OK. So this is the thing. I have done it manually now. All these steps, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to convert this step into automation, right? I have to capture all these particular actions, right? So let me make this to the previous step so that I can able to do all the process once again, right? So let me remove it, right? So again, I'm going to UiPath, delete everything. I'm going to do the steps once again, right? But I'm going to add few more actions, right? I'm going to add few more actions. Click basic, right? Click basic. The same step I'm going to do. Click record, and in the screen right, I'm going to again click this. So I'll be getting a small window like this. So this is a second demo, right? Some text I'm giving it. I have to give empty field. See, if you want to press enter, what you have to do is that you have to click the cursor here. Then only it will work, or else it won't work. So when you click the cursor here and then you click enter. Yes, now it is working. Fine. So now the next action I'm going to do is that I'm going to click the format. I'm going to click the format. Click the format. Click the font. Now immediately it is asking, right? Do you want to use an anchor? Right? Why it is asking? Do you want to use an anchor? Anchor means, right? What do you mean by anchor? Right? Like I say, anchor means it is like, for example, say you are in an address, right? Somebody is coming and asking where your address is. So you'll be telling some landmark. So in that landmark, nearer to that landmark, my address is there. Likewise, we'll be giving some advice for them, so that he can come to that landmark and from there he can able to reach your house. So this is what is called as anchor here. So UiPath is not able to identify what is a format, what is a font. So it is asking for, do you want to use an anchor? It is asking. So here in this case, no issues. You can able to easily identify it. If it is an image, then you have to go for using this anchor. But for this particular case, for this particular notepad or in the desktop applications, no need to worry about this anchor. So what you do is go to, just check this one. Do not show again during this recording session, right? Click this and then click no. Right? Now you continue doing that. Right? Format, font. Right? Now it is showing this. Right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click this particular button 4 times. Or say 3 times. Okay? 3 times I'm going to click this. See, whatever action you are doing, please remember it, or else you won't be able to track it. Right? You won't be able to track it. So let me click 3 times here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 times I have clicked it. Okay. So when I click 3 times, right, it is showing an font, right? Let me select this. Randomly, I'm selecting a font. Let me select this. Okay. So this is the font I have selected. And for this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to increase the font size to 48. Right? I have increased the font. Excellent. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click OK. Right? Yes. So all the actions has been done. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click escape key. Escape key. So when I click escape key, right, it is shown here like this. So what actually it is shown, a save and exit button is enabled. So click this save and exit button. See, these much of actions I have done. These much of actions I have done, and each actions, right, it is converted into activities. Right? Converted into activities. Let me explain you one by one. No issues. What is the first step I've done? I've done is that in that notepad area I have given the text like this. This is a second demo. This is the text I have given. Right? So it is available here. Fine. The next step what I did is I clicked format. I clicked the activity. Sorry, I clicked the option format. So automatically what happens? A click activity is generated here. Right? So if you type in the activity, we can able to understand click is there. Is it right? Click is there. Right? So the click activity is automatically generated. Okay. So likewise, what I did previously, I clicked the format and then I clicked the font. See, both the things are actually done. Right? How it is done? With the help of click activity. Again, what happens? Format and then font. See, this is the issue here. Why it is again showing? Because previously what happens, it was asking for the anchor. Is it right? It was asking for the anchor. So what I did is I disabled that anchor. Is it right? And then again I clicked format and font. That is why it is showing 4 times. Or say these two activities are repeated once again. So let me do one thing. I'm going to simply delete it. This is not required. I deleted it. Excellent. Right? A simple thing. Fine. And then what I did, this button I clicked 3 times. Is it right? So 1, 2, 3. 3 times I click. See, 3 activities are there. And then you can check out. I have selected the font. Is it right? A different font. That is also a click activity is created, right? And then what I did, I selected the different font size, right? So now it is selected. Excellent. So now finally what I did, I click OK. So these are the steps I have done. So it is recorded. I haven't do any programming, right? I haven't dragged the activity idea. I haven't done anything. All the steps are converted into actions, and that action is converted into activities. This is the activities, right? So it is working fine. Sorry, it is generated fine. We have to check whether it is working or not. But before that, what we have to do is that click this, click edit selector, which we have already done, is it right? Please change this file name to star. This file name to star, right? And then click OK, right? And then here also you have to do it. Click. See here also the file name is generated. So change it to star. Then click OK. Fine. What about the other actions? For other actions, right? Nothing is different. Everything is same. There is no issue on what is that? The selectors. Everything is fine. See, everything is fine. Everything is fine. How I can ensure that everything is fine? Let me show you that. If I'm clicking this point, right? Say, if I'm clicking this point, and if I'm going to UiPath, let me show you that. Let me edit the selector, right? Sorry. It is showing as wrong, but showing as red. But the point is, when this particular what is that screen is showing, this will be automatically activated, right? So you won't be getting any errors. Okay, and fine. So almost all the activities are done, and I have changed this thing, the selectors. So let me check whether it is working or not. Before executing it, what you have to do is that you have to change this to the initial part of it, right? That is previously how it was. It has Arial Unicode MS, is it right? And the file size was 22. So you have to reset back to the older one. Then only your bot will work, right? Fine. So now I have changed it, right? Okay. Let me change the text here also. This is a third demo. Fine. Hey, let me run it. Two, three. Selecting the font. Fine. Click OK. So fine. That's it. So this is how you can able to create multiple actions, right? I hope you are doing it as maybe some of the non-IT, professionals, right? Professors may be feeling some difficulties, but please try it. Slowly you can cope up, because when you are doing it the first time, you will feel the difficulty. Once you've done it 2 or 3 times, you can able to do it faster. So don't feel bad in this case, right? So anybody else tried this up to this part? Or do you want to repeat it once again? I'll repeat it. No issues.
It worked smoothly, sir.
Excellent, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Or others also, you please try. If you are not able to do it right, you can check the file which I shared with you. Okay. Okay. Fine. So now, let me give you another example. The same basic recording. Another example. Previously, what we actually faced the difficulty when I'm clicking the font and when I'm clicking the format and font, it was showing an anchor, is it right? So what I did is that I have disabled that anchor, and then again I click the format and then I click the font. Okay. So what happens that when I click two times in recording, what happens? No, it is displaying multiple times. That is duplicate times it is shown. So what I did, I edited it. I removed it. Right. Another way is there. Let me show you that. I'll make this to the previous state. Right. Fine. So now the same thing I'm doing once again. Right. I'm going to click record. Click this text area. So click this. I'm typing some other text. So let me. This is a 4th demo. Yes. Fine. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to press enter. Okay. So that part is fine. When I'm clicking the format, when I'm clicking the font, see the same issue is coming, right? So every time it will ask because it don't know whether it is correct or not. So it is asking for us, do you want to use an anchor, right? So no need, right? Press enter and click no. So now what I'm going to say, again, I'm going to click format and font, right? So then that is why it is duplicating the activities. So let me do one thing, press F2. If I'm pressing F2, you can able to see a timer is showing 3, 2, 1, 0. So this timer means that you can able to do normal activities where UiPath won't record anything. I'm clicking once again. I click F2 here. You can able to see 3, 2, 1. It means that 3 seconds you can do any other work, right? I mean that work, that actions won't be recorded by the UiPath, right? So let me click F2, click the format and click the font. So now the timer is 0. Fine. The box is open, right? The font dialog box is open. So now our objective is excellent. Fine, it's working. So now the same step. 3 times click the what is that? The arrow button, right? 1, 2, 3, and then click the font which I'm going to select, right? And then I'm going to click the font size as 48. Then I'm going to click OK. That's it. Then press escape, save and exit. That's it. Now you can check it, right? Format and font appears only once. Appears only once. But previous case, what happens? Format and font appears 2 times. Okay. So how this is solved? With the help of the button F2. What F2 is doing? It is actually setting a timer. How much second? 3 seconds. During the 3 seconds, you can able to do any other actions. That actions won't be recorded by the UiPath. That's it. Other actions, as I already told, it is recorded. So the step which I have to do is edit selector, make it as common. Make it as common. Click OK. Edit selector, make it as common. I have given the wildcard, right? So click OK. So fine. Now I'm going to again run it. That's it. Sorry, won't work because I haven't resetted it, right? So to cancel it, what you can do is that just go here and you can stop it. Okay. So first I have to reset it. Is it right? I have to reset to Arial Unicode MS 24. Click OK. Fine. Right. So now I'll run it. So now it will work. 3, click 28. Okay, that's fine. So this is what your basic recording, right? So now let me give you some theoretical explanation. Very important. That is, in basic recording, you can check it, right? All the actions will be in a single sequence or single window, right? All the actions will be in the single window. But in desktop recording, it won't be like that, right? It won't be like that. So let us move on to the next step, desktop recording. I will show a demo. Please listen, right? So that you can able to understand it clearly, right? I take a new sequence. So this is desktop recording demo. This is the name I have created. Right, fine, excellent. So here now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the same steps. I'm going to do the same steps what I did in the basic recording. But how it is actually displayed, that we have to analyze. Let us see that. So again, the notepad font, I have to reset to the older one, 22. Fine. Right. So I'm going to click recording. I'm going to click desktop. So now this is a desktop recording, right? This is a desktop recording. So how to do it, right? So in desktop recording also, two variations are there. One is recordable and non-recordable, right? In recordable, what are the options? Record option is there, save and exit is there. See, save and exit is hidden, right? Once you recorded it, this save and exit will be enabled, right? The same thing what we did in the basic record. Okay. So let me click this record, click this area, text area of Notepad. So this is a demo of desktop recording, right? Fine. So this is the demo of desktop recording. Then I'm going to click empty field like I did in the basic recording, right? Fine. Then I'm going to click enter. Fine. So this is done. I'm going to click format. I'm going to click font. This again asking for the anchor. What we have to do? Do not show this again and click no. So here what I ask you to do, press F2. It will show for the timer. Is it showing right? Timer. The same thing. So I'm pressing again F2. Format font. Right? So then what I have to do? I have to click this button 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Right? Now click this font and click the font size. And then click OK. Right? Okay. So now the steps are completed. Click escape. When you click the escape, when you press the button escape with the keyboard, right, what you are seeing is that the save and exit button is enabled, right? Let me click this again. Fine. So now the same steps I have done in the desktop recording, right? Basic recording, the steps which I done, the same step I have done it in the desktop recording, but it is showing differently, right? It is showing differently. I'll tell you what is that. In the basic recording, as I already told, each and every actions is contained in a single sequence. But here you can able to see each and every actions is combined in an attached window activity, right? In an attached window activity. So these two are in a separate window. What is that? First 2 activity. See, in the basic recording, first 2 activity, type into and click menu, right? Here, the first 2 activities type into and click menu. Is it right? So these 2 are combined in a single window because these 2 are actually handling with the same text area. It is having the same selector. If it is having the same selector, then it will be combined into a single attached window. What is attached window? Attached window is again another activity. You can just go here and click, just type attached window. So you can able to see this is the activity. So this activity is automatically generated, right? So what happens then? For this window, you are having a selector, right? This is the parent window. This is the parent window. This is the parent window for these 2 child window, or say child actions, right? See, the parent selector is having only this one. Windows. This is the tag Windows. App is equal to notepad.exe. Class name is Notepad. Title is Arun. So what we did in the basic recording, we changed this Arun to star. Is it right? We change it to star. Then click OK. So that's it. Only one time I have to change it because for the other thing, every selector is same, no issues. But here, what happens in basic recording? For these 2 activities, I have to change the selector. Is it right? To star. For these 2 activities, I have to change the selector to star because the parent window selector is available in both the activity. Is it right? So here in this case, it is attached in a single window. That is why I have changed only this particular thing. Right? Fine. Other things are same. See, menu. Menu is a separate attached window. It is having a separate selector, right? If you want to check which is the parent selector, which is a child selector, you can just check it out. This one. See, the parent selector is hidden here, right? This is the parent selector. This is hidden. Other 2 are actually the child selector. Okay, fine. So likewise, you can check out this attached window. See, all the activities are contained in a single window, right? Single window, right? So here, this is the parent selector. Title is font. Okay. So now I'm going to execute this. Before executing, what I told, right? I have to change it to the original one. Now I'm going to execute it. Desktop recording. Format, font, 3 times click it. Click the one and click the change size of that. That's it. It's working fine, right? So this is the difference between the basic recording and the desktop recording, right? So now I'll come back to the slide. Please don't worry. Please follow it. I'll give you time to do this exercise, right? Okay, I'll come back to the slides, right? So just check it out, the difference. So the difference is basic recording and desktop recording. What is the difference? The basic recording will be in a single recording sequence, right? But in case of desktop recording, it will be recorded as an attached window for set of actions. That is what we see, is it right? And for the basic recording, selectors will be selecting elements, attributes from the parent window, right? So each actions will be having its own parent window. But in case of desktop recording, parent window will be available in the attached window, right? Fine. The third step, as usual, performance is not good as desktop recording. Performance is good when compared to the basic recording. Why I am telling this performance? Because first thing is that this is a simple recording. Sometimes you will be doing a very longer or very bigger recording, right? In such cases, right, you may have to repeat this particular selector so many times. So in the basic recording, what you will do is that every selector, right, you have to change it. But in case of desktop recording, right, just go to the parent window, click the edit selector, change wherever required, and click OK. That's it. It will work, right? So the performance and the working will be very easy in desktop recording. That is why desktop recording is chosen. But some cases, some worst cases, right? If the application is not properly designed, your desktop application is not properly designed, then no way you have to go for basic recording. This desktop recording won't work in such cases, right? That is why these two recordings are there. Basic recording is also there. Desktop recording is also there, right? Or else they may have kept only this desktop recording, right? Basic recording, they can remove it. Why they have kept it? Because for some applications, basic recording is very important, right? Okay. So before moving to the web recording, right, I will ask everybody to do it. If any doubt is there, I'll clear it, right? I'll give you some 15 minutes time. Please try it. Right? If anybody else want to try it, you can try in this 15 minutes because we have another 1 hour, right? We can complete the content which we have proposed. Or shall I continue with the next topic? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So what about others? Are you planning to try this or shall I move on to the next topic, web recording?
We'll try, sir.
Okay, you please try it. Then I'll wait for another 10 minutes or 15 minutes, right? Please complete it. And if any issue is there, okay. Okay. Okay, let me continue. No issues. Okay. So this is what your basic recording and desktop recording. So this basic recording and desktop recording is only for what is that? Desktop applications, right? So how to do it for how to do a recording for web browser? Is it right? How to do it for web browser? So let me show you an hands-on in that. So for web browser, right, what you can do is that first you please open a website. So in the PPT, what I have given is that I have given a link that is www.unitconverters.net, right? This is a simple website and it is properly designed. So I have taken it for the demo purpose, right? So go to this particular website and please press enter, right? Now we can able to see this is the website, right? So now here what I am going to do is that there is an option called currency converter. There is an option called currency converter. Let me click this currency converter, right? So if I'm giving an input from here, say 500, right? What is 500? 500 US dollars. That should be converted into Indian rupee. That should be converted into Indian rupee. So here US dollars is automatically selected, but here in this case we have to select the Indian rupee, right? Fine. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get this particular text box. Okay, that is this is the value, right? I'm going to scrap this value, extract this value, and then I'm going to store it. Okay, so I'll repeat it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to open this website. Let me do the action manually. I'm going to open this website, scroll down, click the currency converter, right? And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to type the currency which I'm going to get it, 500. This is for US dollar, which is already selected right here. And the output should be Indian rupee, right? So Indian rupee, I'm selecting it, right? So I'm getting a value for $500. I'm getting it 36,408. So this value I'm going to extract it and store it in a variable. So in the last session, we have discussed about how to create a variable. So those things, it will be coming here, right? I'm going to extract this value and then I'm going to store it in a variable and then I'm going to display it with the help of a message box. Okay. So let me do that. So what is the first step? First step is we have to enter the website, right? Okay. Fine. So now let me create one sequence, one new sequence, that is web recording demo. So this is the sequence which I'm going to creating, right? This is a separate file. So from recording, I'm going to click web. I'm going to click web, right? So now what I'm going to do is that, as I told, there are two sets of actions. The first set is recordable and another set is non-recordable, right? But the action which I told, right, I'm going to open this website, right? So there is an activity called open browser. There is an activity called open browser, right? I'm going to click this open browser. Immediately it will highlight like this. The complete web browser it is selecting, right? Complete web browser it is selecting. Let me click this. Right? See, automatically it extracts the website address. I haven't done anything. Automatically it extracts the website address. So it is asking whether it is correct or not. Right? Just click OK. Right? The first non-recordable action is captured. Right? This is the first step I have to do. What is the second step I have to do? I have to scroll down to this currency converter. Right? So I have to click this. This is the second step, second action, right? So regarding scroll down, how to do it, right? Scroll down, there is an action, but here in this case, this web recording will automatically scroll down. Okay, automatically records the scroll down. So no issues. The second step is we have to click the currency converter. Just there is a activity called click. So click this item, right? And click this currency converter. Right? Fine. So the second non-recordable action is capture. What is the first one? Capturing the browser website name. What is the second one? Clicking the currency converter option. Right? These two actions I have done it. Now I am going to use the recording option. Okay. So I'm clicking the recording option. right? In this text box, I am going to click 500, right? That is what I have given, is it right? Also, I have to select this empty field, right? And then press enter. Now 500 is entered automatically. Okay, and the conversion is done. Okay, now what is the requirement I told? I have to select this Indian rupee, right? So if I'm selecting this Indian rupee, by simply clicking it, it won't work. It won't work. Okay. So for that, what I have to do? Let me show you that why it is not working. Right? I'll click this. Fine. Right? I read this. It is working. It is showing that. But when you replay the particular recording, right, it won't work. Okay. I'll tell you how it is. Fine. So now what I did is that I have entered the 500 value. Then I have entered the INR. I mean, I have changed the targeted currency to Indian rupee by clicking this particular thing, right? That also I have done. Then I'm going to click escape. When I'm clicking the escape button, right, it will be showing this particular web recording again. Okay. So now what I told, I'm going to scrape or I'm going to extract this particular value. I'm going to extract this particular value. So for that, I need a non-recordable action. There is an option called copy text, right? So click this copy text, right? There is an option called copy text. So click this and click this window. So it will copy it. It will copy it and it will automatically store it in a variable, right? Let us check whether it is available or not, right? Let me click save and exit. See, all the actions are automatically generated, right? All the actions are automatically generated. So excellent, right? So open browser is there. Inside the open browser, I have clicked the currency converter, right? And then I typed 500 into the text area, right? Which is the US dollars, right? And then I clicked the option INR, and then I used copy text, that is get text activity. It is extracting this particular value of it, and it is automatically stored in input UCTO. This is the variable which is automatically generated. Let us check it in the variables pane. Click the variable pane. See, you can able to see it is automatically available, and check it is a generic variable. What do you mean by generic variable? I hope this is covered in the previous session, right? Generic variable. If not, no issues. I will explain it. What do you mean by generic variable? Generic variable means whatever variable, automatically it will accept it. If it is an integer, if it is a what is that string, if it is a data table, if it is a array, whatever it is, if you are giving it as generic variable, it is automatically identified. I mean, the UiPath will automatically. So this is a special variable type for UiPath, where this particular data type is not available in any other programming language. This is a special variable type for UiPath, right? So this is very generic value, and it is stored in a what is that variable input UCTO, right? Fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to set, I'm going to extract. I mean, I'm going to drag a message box, and I'm going to put it here. And here, this is the value which is stored. I'm going to copy it and then paste it in the message box, right? So now this particular thing won't work because this click option won't work here. Let me show you. Let me execute it so that you can able to understand why it is not working, right? So I'm going to execute it. See, it is automatically. See, it is extracted, but what it is extracting? Euro is extracted. Euro is extracted, and the value shown is euro. But what is the work we have to do? We have to select the Indian rupee, right? But that target thing is not successful, right? So we have to change it. How to change it? Let us see that. Right? Let me remove everything, right? Again, I will click the recording, web recording, right? So before that, I have to set back to the original state. This is the website, right? I'm going to click open browser. Click this web page. It is automatically extracting the website link. So click OK. Then what I have to do, I have to click the currency converter. Is it right? So click the currency converter. Fine, it is successfully clicked. So it is changed here, right? And the next step, what I have to do is that I'm going to record. Is it right? So record. Click, say some other value 800, right? Make it as empty field, right? Now I'm going to press enter here. Fine. The next step is I'm not going to click this Indian rupee here because it is not working, right? So what I am going to do is that I'm going to say click escape, right? Right, and in the click, right, you are having an option called select item. There are option called select item, right? So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to select this particular item, right? Fine. So now it is selected for Indian rupee, and then I'm going to extract this particular value, right? So again, I'm going to click this, right, and then save and exit, right? See, here a different activity is there. Previously, what happens? Simply it is clicking a particular link, but here in this case, it is selecting a particular item. See, you can able to click this. All the values are scraped, right? Automatically available. The items are automatically available. If you want, you can change it here itself. This is the advantage of UiPath. So you can do as per your requirement, as per your action requirement, right? Fine. So let us see whether it is working or not. Before that, we have to store this value, right, in a message box. So that, I mean, display this value, right? So let us display it. So fine. So it is working. We have to check whether it is working or not, right? Let me close the website, right? Fine. Let me run this. $800. Excellent. It's working, right? So this is what is called as a web recording, right? Fine. Fine. So now, let me show the PPT, right? So this is what your web recording, okay? So what is the application in this case, web recording, right? Say, for example, the same website I can take. See, for example, in Excel sheet, right? In Excel sheet, you have, say, thousands of data, right? That data should be converted into a particular thing, right? Say, for example, unit conversion. Take the unit conversion example, right? Say, for example, you have a set of data. That data should be converted into from meter to millimeter, something like that, right? So it is available in Excel sheet. So pick each and every value from Excel sheet. Do this process, and store it in a particular column of the Excel sheet, right? Likewise, we can do it. So this is a simple web recording. This is very useful when you are doing any web recording actions inside the browser, right? Fine. So this is what is called as web recording. So any doubts, you can ask me. You will be asking, sir, what about the selectors? See, selectors are there. Selectors are there, right? If any issues is there, we have to edit the selectors, right? But here in this case, no issues. That is why it is working perfectly. Okay. Any doubts, is it? Please ask.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah. How this web browser is opening? Can you tell again, please?
Yeah, sure. See, web browser, how it is opening, right? With the help of this open browser activity. This is the open browser activity. So while we're doing the recording, what we did is that, I'll show you that. Sorry. While we're doing the recording, you are clicking this web recording, right? And in this web recording, I have used this open browser activities, right? Open browser activity. With the help of this open browser activity, I can extract the link of the website. So, for example, I'm going to extract, say, google.com, right? So let me click this. Let me click this. See, the link is automatically extracted, right? So when I'm clicking OK, right? I'm clicking OK and saving and extracting. Just check it out at the bottom right. See, open browser activity is automatically created. See, go to this activity and type open. Open browser activity is there. So this activity is automatically generated. If you click this open activity, you can able to see the properties of it. See, the URL is there, google.com automatically extracted, and the browser type, right? Chrome is automatically selected, right? So everything is automatically done. Right? The same operation, right? We can do it manually. How to do it? Drag the open browser, put it down here, copy the website link, paste it inside the codes, right? And browser type, select the Chrome. That's it. Right. So let me disable this. Right. This is the open browser. So now I am going to execute it. Before that, let me close everything so that you won't get confused. Right. I'm executing this. See, now I can able to open the browser. So this I have done it manually now, but while doing the recording, right, automatically it is created. Now, automatically in the sense, right, there is an option, right, in the recording, there is an option called open browser option. Using this option, I have extracted it. This is the open browser activity. Inside this, all the other activities are there. Okay. So I hope you have understood. Any other doubts? Some of you are asking about the runtime data variable. No, see, it is not a runtime data variable. If you want, you can choose it while doing the programming. See, the UiPath variable I told you, right? Generic variable. Let me show it that. See, assign. I have taken an assign activity. Let me type a variable, say, generic variable sample, right? GVAR, okay? And then I'm going to click, say, Arun. Fine. So here, now you can check it out here. See, generic variable is, sorry, gvar. The variable gvar is actually in string, right? It is in string. So if I'm giving an input as integer, say 16, it is showing an error because it won't be able to convert that integer to string, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this variable to generic variable. So you won't be able to find it here. Since I used it, it is displaying. So go to browse for types and go to this particular pane, right? Just type as generic. Oh my God, it's slowing down. Okay, generic. Variable. It's taking time to find the site. Path.core. So UiPath.core.generic variable, right? So just generic values or generic value. Okay. Click OK. So now you can able to see the error is disappeared, right? Because it is generic value. It can take any variable. See, 16 is integer, no error is there. If I am putting a string, no error is there, right? So it accepts any variable, any data type. Sorry, any data type, right? It accepts any data type. This is a special variable type for UiPath. Okay. Any other doubts? So can I move on to the next step? Or do you want to try this once again, web recording? Okay, so I hope you all have understood it. But let me move on to the next topic. So the next is very important one, AI computer vision in UiPath. Right? So before starting this, let me show you thing in the recording. I haven't shown image and native Citrix. The first thing is why I haven't taken the image, right? Because all the actions are manual only. All the actions are manual. There is no recording options there, right? So it's no meaning in actually discussing this because all the actions are already. It will take time. That's why I didn't take it. Another thing is that this native Citrix. So in native Citrix means what do you mean by Citrix recording first? So Citrix recording is that, say for example, you have your client in United States, for example, right? It is a bank, for example, it's a bank. It's very secure, right? So if you want to automate a bank application, a bank software, for example, right? So if you want to automate it, right? So they won't give you the credentials and softwares, right? So what they will do is that they will give you the virtual setup of that particular system. Say for example, virtual desktop environment. That is, it's called as a VDE, virtual desktop environment. Right? Through that, what you can do is that you can able to execute or you can able to automate that particular process. Right? So the system will be there. The computer will be there. And from here, from India, you will be accessing that computer. When you are accessing that computer, you will be getting only in image. You won't be able to, what is that? You won't be able to do the automation based on selectors, which we discussed just now. Because all the elements are extracted as selectors, right? With the help of selectors, it's difficult to do it because it is in somewhere else. Say it is in a remote, right? You won't be able to automate it. You will be getting it as an image, right? So in such cases, what you have to do is, you have to use Citrix recording. The Citrix recording, right? It will automatically identify the image and convert that image into a particular selector, right? So in such cases, right, we won't be able to do the what is that demo in this case. So that is why we have skipped out the two recordings, image and Citrix recording, right? So, but what about computer vision? Computer vision also, the purpose of this computer vision is to capture the image, right? So why I selected this particular what is that computer vision, right? Because with the help of computer vision, you can able to do even the desktop applications, right? That is why I have selected the computer vision. Okay, fine. So before starting that computer vision recording, let me explain you some theoretical part of computer vision, right? So this computer vision activities, right? It is included in UiPath recently only, maybe 2020, I think. I forgot the exact date. So it is a very effective one because using image itself, you can able to do all the automation, right? I'll give you an example. So here, with the help of the what do you say, UiPath, what I can do is that I can use the click activity, right? For example, I can use the click activity, right? I'm clicking this indicate on screen. I can able to identify each and every element, right? See, I can able to identify each and every element, right? I can able to extract it. But how it is if it is an image, right? Say, let me do one thing. I'm going to copy this, right? I'm going to print screen this, right? And then I'm going to paste it in a paint, right? In a paint, I'm going to paste it, right? Fine. So if I'm pasting it here in the paint, right? If I'm pasting it in the paint, and if I'm clicking this, right? See the whole area. And each and every elements, I won't be able to select it, right? So for that right thing, right, we are going for the computer vision activity, right? So let me show you this. If you are having this computer vision activities, right? Using image processing techniques, it is identifying the elements, right? So how it is done? So for this computer vision activity, right, you have to use this computer vision screen scope. Only with this, right, you will be able to execute it, right? So when I'm putting this, right, it is showing for indicate on screen, right? Let me click this, and I'm clicking this paint, right? See, it is identifying the elements. It is identifying the elements. See, let me edit the selector. So it's identifying the elements inside it, right? So with the help of the computer vision concepts, right, it is possible to identify each and every elements, even if it is an image. So how it is done, right? That we'll see now. Right. So this computer vision feature visually identifies all the elements rather than relying on selectors, right? So till now what we discussed in desktop recording, basic recording and web recording, we were depending on the selectors. But in case of computer vision, no need to worry about the selectors. It is taking it as an image. It will take it as an image, right? So it enables human-like recognition of user interfaces. Why it is human-like recognition? Because when a particular human is seeing a particular image, he can able to identify this is a text box, this is a drop down, this is a link. Likewise, he can able to see it, but computer won't be able to see as an image, right? So for that, computer vision concepts are included. So it is a mix of artificial intelligence, OCR. What is going to be OCR? Optical character recognition. I think you all have, if you are a computer science engineer or electronics engineer, you have done some image processing papers or analysis. There is a concept called optical character recognition. In an image, how to identify the text. That is what is called as optical character recognition. So AI algorithms, optical character recognition, text fuzzy matching, and then anchoring system. With the help of these four algorithms, right, it is identifying a particular text or an element. Right. Fine. So where it is actually this used? This is actually used in Citrix environment, VMware, VNC, Windows Remote Desktop. So all these ones, Citrix, VMware, VNC, and Windows Remote Desktop, right? It is a virtual desktop environment, right? From here, you can able to access any computers anywhere else, right? That is what your automatic virtual desktop environment, right? Fine. Or if your local application, right, in your desktop, right, in your local applications, if you are having any unreliable generators, unreliable or unavailable selectors, right, what you can do, so you can use the image processing concept, that is computer vision, right? So to execute or to use the computer vision, you have to do some initial steps or configuration in your project and also in your orchestrator. So I request all of you to do that, right? So first I'll do it. Please listen it out and then you do it. Okay. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a new project, right? A new process, right? Demo computer vision, right? Then click create. So I have created a new project. So this is a new project I have created, right? So in this project, what I am going to do is that I'm going to click a sequence, right? The sequence is demo CV, right? So now you can able to see this sequence, right? So now here I'm going to click this computer vision. See, it is showing the error, server API key missing or invalid. I hope everybody will getting this. If you click computer vision recorder, you will get an error like this. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? If you are,
Yes, sir.
yes. Okay. If you are not following this, you won't be able to do the computer vision. What is that? Programs or projects. Okay. So please do it what I'm doing, right? So when you click the computer vision recording, right, it will show an error. Server API key is missing or invalid. Okay. So for that, what you have to do, right? The first step is please go to the browser. Please go to the browser, right? And type cloud.uipath.com. Cloud.uipath.com. Right? So in this, yesterday you have registered, right, with the mail ID. The same mail ID you have to log in. Okay. The same mail ID. Yesterday you have registered, right, for installing. The same mail ID you have to log in. So please, once you logged in, please tell me. Then I'll go to the next step. If you logged in, please, what is that? Confirm so that I can go to the next step. I request all of you to do it because.
Logged in, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So logged in, excellent. So now you can able to see so many options, right? In the cloud.uipath.com, home is there, orchestrator is there, action is there, apps, processes, and admin is there. Please click admin. Please click admin. Once you click admin, you can able to see many options, right? Tenants, user and groups, external applications, licenses, so and so. So many things are there, right? So click the licenses. Click the licenses. What I did, I clicked the admin and then I clicked the licenses. Then click robots and services. You can be able to see two options, users and robots and services. Please click robots and services. So until this, I think you all have done it, right? Until this. Anybody want me to repeat? I'll repeat it. No issues.
We are with you, sir. Please carry on.
Okay, fine. So in robots and services, what you have to check, right? There is an option called computer vision. So in that computer vision, since you have logged in first time, it will show only generate new, generate the API key. Please click this generate. Please click this generate. Then you can able to see a API key. You can able to see an API key. When you click the generate, API key will be generated, right? So that API key you can able to copy it, right? Just click the copy API key, right? What I did is that click the robots and services, click the generate. You can able to see a API key here, right? So in this API key, what I have to do is that copy API key. So click copy API key. Fine. I hope till now everybody has done it. Fine. Once you've done it, once you copied it, what you have to do is that go to project. There is a project folder, right? Go to project in the UiPath Studio. In the UiPath Studio, click the project pane. Click the project pane. So once you click the project pane, what you have to do is that there is an option called settings, project settings, right? I click the project and then I click the project settings, right? So now you can able to see so many options: computer vision, OCR, Excel business, UI automation, right? System. So many options are there, right? So let me click this computer vision option, right? So in this computer vision, just scroll down. Please scroll down. Here you can able to see API key. Here you can able to see API key. Please paste your API key here. Paste your API key here. And then click OK. So that's it. So this is the configuration of computer vision activities. You have to configure. If you are creating a new project, every time you have to add the API key, right? Once you add it for that project, no need to create once again, right? For that project, no issues. If you are creating a new project for a, right, then there you have to again paste the API key, right? So I hope everybody has done it. Is it right? Until this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. What about others? So don't worry, I have shared the PPT with you, right? So all the steps I have clearly explained here.
Yes, sir. Completed.
Completed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, sir, completed.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, madam. So now what you do is that go to recording and click the computer vision. Now it is asking for terms and conditions, right? Click this. I agree. Now you can able to see the computer vision recorder, right? Okay, so this is what to set up the computer vision activities, right, in your project. Fine. So let us see how to do it. Okay. So you may be asking, sir, how it is possible? Because this computer vision is only for virtual desktop environment. The desktop should be available somewhere else. So how to do it? No issues. We can use our own local applications, and we can consider that this application is a image, right? So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this application AnyTeller demo. I'll share this application with you, right? So today evening, right, you please try it. Okay. So this is an application. This is specifically designed for practicing computer vision or Citrix automation, right? So let me show you this, how it is working, right? So this particular what is that application, right? I'm going to use the computer vision recorder to automate. Okay, I'm clicking this record, right? See, it is considering this complete application as an image. See, it's not identifying the each and every text boxes, right? See, it is not identifying it. Simply, it is capturing the particular application first. I'm clicking this. So it is refreshing the screen, right? Excellent. Once it is captured, see, you can able to see when I'm moving and keeping this mouse pointer in a text box, you can able to see, right, a yellow color box is there. Along with that, there is a green box is there. The yellow color box is the targeted area or targeted selector. And the green color box is a anchor. So cache in, it is actually in green color. That is a anchor, and this is a what is that? Text box or say targeted element. If I'm clicking here, right? See, if I'm not clicking, if I'm moving here, see, honest check is the anchor, and this is this yellow color box is the targeted element. See, likewise. See, if I'm moving this to the radio button, you can able to see the radio button is the anchor. Sorry, the target element, and deposit is the anchor. See, for each and every element, two things are detected. One is the targeted element, and another one is the anchor. So likewise, every element, right, it is identifying it. Right? Okay, so now let us do the automation, right? So in this cache in, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give some cache count, right? Or cache amount. I'm going to click this. It is opening a small window. Type the desired value. Before typing it, click the empty field. Okay, fine. Then type, say, any value, say 400, right? And then press enter. Excellent. It is working. Fine. Now I'm going to enter some text or enter some numbers inside this honest check element, target element, right? I'm going to click this. See, it is not working. It is showing as error. Why? What is the error? Here also honest check is there, and the bottom what you are having is that another honest check is there. Is it right? Another one. So it is thinking that both are same. So the computer vision activity is confused whether this particular target element is for this anchor or is for this anchor. That is why the confusion. So what you have to do, you have to add one more anchor. Right? Say, for example, for my house address, right? I'm telling my friend, right? Okay, this is the landmark for reaching my address, right? So he reached the landmark. What happens is that there are two same houses, so he's confused. In this landmark, two houses are there. Which house I have to come? Then I have to give another anchor or another landmark. Like that, here also I have to give another landmark. So let me drag it. And I'm going to give another anchor. Say cache in and honest check, right? Both are showing this for this particular target. Okay, so two anchors are selected. So let me give 200, right? And then press enter. Successful, right? It is working. Now I'm going to click this. I'm going to enter some value, say 600. Okay, fine. So now I have entered the cache details here. Now I'm going to click withdraw. I'm going to do withdraw. Okay. So I'm clicking this withdrawal option. See, a new screen appears here. The new screen appears. Withdrawal transaction screen appears here. So in this case, what happens that the computer vision will be having the previous screen. Computer vision will be having the previous screen. So what I have to do is that I have to refresh it once again. Let me refresh this. It is automatically refreshing it, and it is identifying the new screen. This is the new screen. So now what you do is do all the work. Say, let me click this. Let me do $150, something like that. Fine. So in check to say 50. Press enter. Fine. Right. So all these things I have done. So if required, we can select this particular activity. If say some, like I'm telling how to do this checkbox, right? So I've checkboxed these two things, and then I'm going to click accept. And before that, you can also extract what is that? Extract the values. Say, for example, I want to extract the transaction number, right? So how to extract it, right? The same step. Say, for example, get text is there, right? So I can click this, and I can get text it. I mean, I can scrape that text, right? Right. Fine. And then you can stop recording, or you can save and exit. No issues. See, all the options are actually. See, the first step, right? It is automatically identifying all the elements, right? And then it is extracting each and every element, right? Each element is having a targeted element as well as the what is that, anchor, right? So finally, it is having the transaction number in right here. Right here is the transaction number. So we have to store it in this particular result, so that then only you can able to check it out, right? So let me store it in the result, CV result, CV result. Variable you can give CV result, right? And then let me drag and drop a message box here, and let me do one thing. CV result. Right, fine. So now the recording is done. Let us check whether it is properly working or not. I'm going to close this what is that application. Let me open again. Right, so it is empty and it is in the initial position, initial state. So, right, now I'm going to execute it. Identifying, just typing it, taking the withdrawal, the values, thing. See, the transaction number is successfully extracted. Right. So this is a good exercise or a good example for computer vision recording. Right. So fine. So that's all about the computer vision recording. So let me show you the some keyboard shortcuts. So this is already discussed. F2 is for what? Pausing for 3 records. When you are doing the recording, you can pause the recording for 3 seconds. Right? It is default. You won't be able to change it. It is default for 3 seconds. Within this 3 seconds, you can do any other actions which won't be recorded. That is F2, right? And then escape exits the automatic or manual recording. That is what escape. Right click is for exiting the recording. So this is few keyboard shortcuts for your reference, right? Then screen scrapping, right? I think let me stop here. So screen scrapping is there. It's very simple. I'll discuss that tomorrow morning, because tomorrow all the 3 sessions I'll be handling it. right? So screen scrapping, I'll do it tomorrow. So what we have discussed is that we have discussed all the recording, desktop recording, basic recording, and web recording, as well as computer vision recording, right? So if you have any doubts, please ask so that we can discuss and we can wind up for lunch, right? I'll give you 10 minutes time. If you want to try the computer vision recording, you please try it. And if any doubts, you can ask me.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Sir, because of some issues in my home, actually I could not join the FDP yesterday.
Okay.
So that I could understand something today, but not properly. Actually, I could completely do it my hand. So what I can do?
Okay. So what you can do is that
anyone have recording of yesterday's FDP session?
yeah, yesterday's recording is there. I'll ask the coordinator. So I don't know what if any issue is there. Let me ask him. Let me ask her. So if it is available, I'll ask her to share. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Because yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
If you are able to access the chat, no, the recorded sessions are available in the file section in the chat option. So you can view the recorded sessions in the yesterday's thing also.
Okay. No, it is not actually. It is not enabled in my end.
So actually, you have to. So participants who are not able to view the chat option, no, you have to create an Microsoft account and then log in. I've given the instruction in the WhatsApp also. After, if you log in with your Microsoft ID, you'll be getting the chat option.
Okay, okay, fine.
No. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So any other anybody tried the computer vision? Because you won't be having the application, right? So I'll share the application with the coordinator so that she will send it to you, right? Or let me get it from Google so that see, I'll share a link with you. So in that, you can able to see AnyTeller demo zip, right? You can download it from here. In the UiPath forum, right? They have shared it. So I will share the link so that you can do it. So in the chat box, you can able to set it out. Also, I will share the link in the WhatsApp also. I'll ask the coordinator to share that site in the WhatsApp. So with the help of this AnyTeller application, you can able to check the demo of what is that computer vision, right? Okay.
So any more clarifications? Otherwise, we shall wind up the morning session for lunch. We can meet at 2:30 for Art of Living session. Thank you so much, Arun sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.